back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And what other content that y'all go on? I appreciate that very much. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I have a message from the ancestors and the angels and all of them. I have a message from each and every last one of them. They want me to talk about what we had experienced a couple of days ago when we was out there in the world. So they want me to talk about it. So when me and the ancestors and the angels and the angels and the guys and the detectives and dignities, all of us out there yesterday, a couple of days ago. So when we went to the store, we goes in the store to get what we got to get. On our way getting ready to come out the store, we see a cash register. You know, the lady standing at the one of the workers that works behind the cash register. She comes and we see the people talking about what had happened in that store. So I asked her, I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "This lady just came in the store and started, cussing me out." I said, "So why did she do that?" "I don't know, but she have not did this. Not the first time she did this. She did it to a lot of the workers in this store." So I say, "Okay, so did y'all bring it to your supervisor?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, so what the supervisor says?" She said that the supervisor, I guess talked to the lady, but the lady called the police on the worker. She called the police on her. For what reason? Why? Because the lady was doing her job and she just wanted to come in the place and act a total fool in the job, in the place. That's all I could see from what the lady that worked behind the cash register. I know her, and she don't seem like the type of person that would start anything with nobody. She just there doing her job. So the lady just, because they said it's not the first time this lady did this. And I'm looking like, okay, so why is they constantly letting this lady keep coming in there to start up something with the workers? Because look, you gotta look at this. The customers is not always right. They not. The customers is not always right. So when y'all sit there and say that the customers is always right, that gives the customers the right to disrespect y'all workers because y'all telling them that they always right, and they not. So if these people that comes in the store or any place, because this just not happening in the stores, it's happening in the hospitals, in the clinics, it's happening all over. It's customers just disrespecting the workers in the clinics, disrespectful talking, disrespectful to the people in the hospitals. They disrespecting everybody, and they don't have the right to do that because the customers is not always right. So when they have a bad day or whatever, they want to take it out on the people that they want to take it out on and think they're supposed to get away with it because they got a bad day. And these people don't have the right to have to go through that at any job. They don't have the right to go through that because they have their own problems that they got to deal with their families, really dealing with somebody else's problems that got a problem in their own head that they can't deal with. So they want to take it to the stores or hospitals or whatever and take it out on other people, which they don't have no right to do. So I think what the bosses should do, if these customers has a problem, what they need to do is to let the workers ship the call over to the supervisor and let the supervisor handle it, because that's the supervisor problem, not the people that works in the place that do their job. Supervisors They have jobs to do too. They have jobs to do, and their jobs are there to handle the customers when they got something to complain about. That's their job to handle it. That's the supervisor's job. That's not the people, the callers that works behind the desks or works in the stores. That's not their problem. That's the supervisor problems. So if they think that something ain't right, therefore what they need to do is get the workers and the customers together and find out what's going on. That's what they need to do. Instead of saying, make a complaint. Make a complaint. Because they could be complaining on these people for no reason. Just because they got a bad day, they just want to take it out on the workers. Because they got a bad day. Because that's what people do. They have a bad day and they want to go wherever they want to go and take out their problems on somebody else when they don't have no right to do that. And these people got to get a point or whatever for something that they didn't do and they doing their job right. That's because the customers is taking advantage of that. They taking advantage of the job saying the customers is always right when they not right. That's why they do what they do. Because y'all tell them that they right, but they not. So these people don't have no right to be dealing with nobody else's problems because everybody has their own problems that they got to deal with. And the bosses have taught their workers that if they got a problem, do not bring your problems to work. So these people know not to bring their problems to work. But they got to deal with the customers when they come in with their problems. They don't have no right to deal with that. And when the police that they call on, when they call the policemen on the workers, what the policemen need to do is get the worker and the customer together and see who's telling the truth. Because the customer could be lying on the person. So once they hear both sides, they will know who's telling the truth and who not telling the truth. Because somebody gonna mess up in that conversation that they talking about. Somebody gonna slip up. And then you going to know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. That's how you do that. That's how you do that with the supervisors too when it comes to the workers and the customers. Somebody going to slip up on the words that they got to say. Believe me, everything ain't going to be the way it's supposed to go. That's how you do that. So, like I said, me and the angels and the ancestors and Jesus, Holy Ghost, Mary, Mother, all of us seen this. Heard about what's going on, and don't nobody have no right to deal with that. Everybody has their problems, and don't nobody need to go to work and deal with somebody else's problem because they got a problem. Don't nobody need to have to deal with that because that's not their problem. Whatever they deal with, they need to leave it at home and handle it at their house and not bring it to the store or nowhere else because that's not nobody else's problem. That's their problem, not the workers' problem. That's not their problem. So like I say, the jobs need to do is, like I said, set it up for the workers can talk to y'all and the customers together, and then y'all would know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. That's how you do that. So thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you, Father love you, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day.